So, Jordan, unfortunately, a 2-1 defeat against Scarborough Athletic. First of all, how are you feeling? How's the team feeling after that one?
I think it's a tough one to take. Um, we've obviously been on quite a positive run recently. I think we should have turned more of the draws into wins in the last couple of games. But it's always difficult when you go down to 10 men so early, I think 20 odd minutes or so. You're always going to be up against it. And I think, we probably can't fault the work ethic and any of the lads for trying. I don't think that's ever in question, but I think we just lacked a bit of maybe his intensity and a bit of quality on the ball when we did get the ball, even with 11 men on the pitch. I think um, we could have moved it a bit quicker, a bit more positive, but it's one of them. You've just got to take it on the chin. No one obviously likes getting beat, but we've got to start another bit of a run of positive form going, starting with the FA Trophy next week.
You mentioned obviously with the intensity and stuff like that. Speaking to Mark as well about intensity, something not clicking there. Was there anything in particular about Scarborough today that was either surprising, but anything from like the players that they had on, with the way that they were moving the ball? What do you feel like went wrong in some way today?
No, I don't feel like there was anything kind of surprising with Scarborough. You know what you're always going to get off a Scarborough team. I mean, they've been in the league for a couple of years now, and they're always strong, big lads. They like to play football. They've got some nice footballers, and they're always going to be. It's always a tough game. Even when you go up to Scarborough, I know they're not playing on their currently home pitch, but it's always a tough game. But I don't think it's a case of not clicking, because if you look in the last couple of weeks, that the goals we've scored, we are creating chances going forward. I mean, I believe we could have had more in the past couple of games, but I don't think it's a case of not clicking. I think sometimes you just have one of them days. It is very difficult, and no one does it on purpose, but it is very difficult to be at it every week. But that's what you've got to strive to achieve at this level. It's games come thick and fast. Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, and it's always been like that. I mean, I've been in this league for a while now, and you know what you're going to get, and you've got to strive to be at your best every week. And I don't think anyone goes out there on the pitch and doesn't do that. I think sometimes it's just not your day, and it's made more difficult by going down to 10 men.
Obviously, touching on the red card, with the formation obviously changing, going from a back five into a back four. What was talked about at half time? Because it looked like you came out of the game very strong. Obviously, it ran until the 60th minute for them to break that deadlock at the game, a bit more of an uphill battle. What was really spoke about at half time?
I think it's another one of them. You've got to accept that they're going to have the ball at the back, but let them have it, kind of thing. Let them move the ball around the back, because they're not hurting us there. You'd rather them go down the sides and cross it than come through the middle of the pitch into the box that way. I know the first goal has come from a cross. They're going to get the ball in the box because we're a man down. But we've just got to, make sure we're defending that box, I think, a bit more clinically than we did for the first goal. I think just at half time, we've just got to stay in the game for as long as we can. I mean, you look I know it's easy for me to say now, but it gets evened up to both teams having a man sent off. If it's at 0-0, then we go and score. Do you win the game 1-0? But listen, it's easy. Like I say, it's easy for me to say that now. It's difficult when you're down to 10 men. And I've said they're not a bad side. They've had a bad run of form, probably injuries, but they're up there. They've been winning games of football. They've got experienced lads at this level. I mean, I've played against a lot of them for a while now, so they know the level. But yeah, we just obviously the gaffer made changes at half time. The lads up front, it's difficult for them to come on, but they've just got to work hard, which They do, you know, and I would never doubt anyone's endeavour coming on the pitch. But yeah, it's a tough one to take, but we've got to move on and just try and put another run of good form together.
And like you said about moving on as well, no Tuesday game, but a lot of preparation going into Ilkeston Town away in the FA Trophy. How are you not only looking into that, how's the team looking into it, but now are they up for the challenge of getting a pretty successful FA Trophy run going under your belts?
Yeah, I think, you know, I always look at the FA Trophy as it's probably the best chance for clubs at this level to get to Wembley. You know, we're not going to win the FA Cup. Let's be honest. But if you can get a good run in the FA Trophy, then, you know, you've seen, I think Brackley the other year, was it? You know, you get a day out at Wembley. Everyone dreams of playing there. So yeah, I think it's probably a positive that we've not got a Tuesday game, because I think there is some tired legs. We can have a bit more of a week preparing for the game on Saturday, and, you know, as a whole, as a club, you know, from the directors to the lads to the staff, we want to go and do well in the FA Cup. So that starts on Saturday. We've all just got to stick together. You know, I'm not speaking to you like we're in some sort of crisis. We've lost a game of football. We've just got to go again next week and put whatever mistakes that we make today correct.
Brilliant, John. Cheers,
Thank
pal.
you.